Hi everyone, I'm Jill Flynn, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to add an overlay in PicMonkey. PicMonkey makes it very easy to add an overlay to the photo. So the first thing you want to do is just open the photo that you want to add the overlay to. So here is a photo of a rescue kitty named Adele. I absolutely love her. I think she has the most beautiful green eyes, and I want to add a really nice overlay to this photo. And if you notice, when I took this picture, I intentionally left a lot of space on top of Adele and along the side. And I like to do that when I take adoption photos. I like to compose in camera and frame the shot in a way that I leave extra space, because most of the time I do want to add maybe the pet's name or the shelter or rescue URL, or maybe just an overlay or a nice saying. So that's one reason. If you can, keep in mind when you're taking adoption photos, again, leave some extra space around the edges, top, side, bottom, a place where you can add overlays. It will make it very, very easy for you to do. So to add an overlay in PicMonkey, you're just going to go to the PicMonkey menu, and on the left you'll see something that looks, well, something that is a butterfly, and you'll see the little pop-up menu that says overlays. You're just going to click on that. And then what you'll see is you'll see all the different built-in PicMonkey overlays, which you obviously can use, but we want to show you how to add your own overlay or a customized overlay. So to do that, you're just going to click on this down arrow, and then you're going to navigate to where you keep your overlays. So let's assume you keep your overlays on your computer. You're going to click on My Computer, and then your browsing window will open. And then you just need to navigate to where you keep your overlays. I keep all of my overlays in a folder called Overlays. It makes it very easy for me to find them. They're all together, and that's something I recommend. Just keep all your overlays in one place, and then you can find them easily. So to add an overlay, you're just going to click on the overlay you want, and let's click on this awesome overlay. I think it's a wonderful overlay, and we're going to click open. And then what you will see is the overlay is placed right on top of the photo, right in the middle. And most of the time that's not where you want the overlay to be, but no worries. To move it, you just click and drag it. Just click and drag it to wherever you want. So maybe this top right corner is a good place. I think it's a little bit too big, so to resize it, just with your mouse, click on one of the corners and then just drag to resize. You can make it smaller or larger. So maybe something like that. And if you look over here to the right, you'll see this overlay window, and what that allows you to do is make additional edits to this overlay. And there's something called a color slider here. If you click on that little circle in the color slider and move it up into the different color zones, you'll see that it changes the color of the overlay. So maybe you wanted a blue overlay, or maybe you wanted a green overlay to match your eyes. You could do that. So again, PicMonkey makes it very easy to change the color of the overlay. We're going to go ahead and leave it at the original color. Another adjustment you can make is called fade, and if you slide this fade button to the right, you'll see it will start to fade the overlay. Maybe you just want it very light and subtle in the background. You can do that. But we're going to go ahead and leave it in its original format. So when you're done, you just click outside the box and the overlay is there. Now this overlay and all sorts of wonderful overlays are available for free download on the HeARTs website. Just navigate to the HeARTs website and go to resources, and then click on free downloads, and then you'll see all kinds of overlays. You'll also see some PDFs on how to photograph shelter animals, tips on how to write adoption bios, and other really wonderful PDFs and resources. So when you get a chance, check them out. And again, they're all free to the public and available for download. Now let's say maybe we want to add one more overlay to this. We're going to click on Add Your Own, My Computer, navigate to where they are. HeARTs also makes these really nice heart overlays. I really like them. Let's click on that, hit Open, and let's adjust the size. Just click and drag. And again, let's put it where we want it. Maybe we want those a little bit bigger. You know, you can actually put these anywhere. Maybe you want the hearts over here, over the head, down at the bottom. You can be as creative as you want. That's one of the great things about adding overlays. You can be very creative and with the placement and the size of them. And again, if you wanted to adjust the color or have them fade a little bit more, you could do that. But when you have them in the location and the size you want, again, just click and there you go. So Again, it's very easy to add overlays and multiple overlays to one photo. So when you're done, you're going to want to save the file. But one thing you're going to want to do first, if you look down here at the bottom, you'll see these little stacks of paper, and that's really the layers palette. So if we click on that, it will open the layers palette window, and you'll notice that it creates a layer basically for each overlay. So if we click on this overlay 5, which is the hearts, that brings up that particular overlay, and it will allow you to go back in and edit that again or resize it if you want. And if we click on the other one, you can do the same. So each overlay has its individual layer. So again, that will allow you to go in and edit that again. Let's say you wanted it maybe a little bit bigger, you wanted to move it. This can come in handy, let's say when you're working on a file and all of a sudden you have to stop. Something happens, you need to go take care of something. You can go ahead and save this file with the layers and come back and edit it and continue editing. But let's say you know now that you're done, this is fine, this is the way I want to go. I don't want to make any more changes. I want to get this file out there and share it with the world and try to get this kitty adopted. That would be the time that you would want to flatten all these layers. So to do that, you're just going to click on this down arrow, and by doing that you'll flatten the image. What that does, it just combines all the layers into one. But what it also does, it means that then these layers are no longer here, so you can't go in and edit these individual overlays anymore. Again, it's all flat and it's combined with this photo. But also, by flattening the layers, flattening the image, it makes the image much smaller, and it also puts it in a format that you can share with others and upload easily everywhere. So again, that's a reason that when you're all done, it's a good idea just to go ahead and flatten and save that file in a format that can be shared and uploaded. So now that your file is all done and flattened, you just want to go in and save it. So you're just going to click on Save, and then save it. I recommend you give it another name. I might call this Adele with the awesome, awesome overlay. And that way I know when I see this file, that's the photo of Adele with the awesome overlay. I don't want to overwrite the original photo, clean photo of Adele, because maybe at some other time I might want to add a different overlay, or maybe I just want to print this without any overlays or words. So it's always a good idea to keep your original photo, clean photo, intact without any overlays, and then just rename the file with a name that makes sense for that particular overlay, and that will make it easier for you to find in the future. So that's very easy again to add overlays in PicMonkey.